Hello, everybody. Sunday Adelaja here. Well, we are continuing the series that I started on high yielding life and low yielding life today. And yeah, you should decide for yourself. Are you going to live a low yielding life or you are living a high yielding life? Life is given to us only once. You only have one shot at life. And that life is either being lived on daily basis as a low yielding life or a high yielding life. A low yielding life is a life that will produce in 1 year what some other life, the high yielding life, could produce in 1 day. I remember how I started to realize this as a young man in the university. I used to do my birthdays every year from the age of 20, I guess. And then when I'm 21, I will look back and say, okay, for this last year, what did I attain? What have I accomplished? And I would just be glad to have accomplished one major decisive thing. So to just have one thing added to my resume looked to me as if that was a great achievement. Then by the time I was 25, I started to question that. I say, because I was happy for a few years that, oh, well, I've been able to attain this. And one of the reasons that made me to be rather satisfied is because when I look around me, to all my classmates and people in my university, I thought I was doing much better than them because some of them were just wasting life. But when I was 25, I began to question the fact that, hey, I could actually push myself a little bit more. And instead of being happy of achieving one result in a year, why can't I just push myself to double that result? So I started doubling that result. I started achieving and attaining the kind of result that I will achieve in a year in 6 months. Then by the end of the year, I will be happy that, yes, I've been able to double my results. Then, gradually I began to say, okay, why don't I triple that result? So to cut a long story short, it led me to the awareness that I could actually purposefully rearrange and organize my life in such a way that I will be attaining those results much more quicker. So I got to a time when I discovered that, a year is actually divided into seasons. So we could have 4 seasons in a year. And since we could have 4 seasons in a year, I could actually achieve in one season, in 3 months, what I was achieving in 12 months. And when that worked out for me, it led me to a place where I now knew that actually in 1 month I could achieve what I was achieving in a year. So just trying to live, but I got the secret, and the secret is to try to rearrange my activities around the result that I want to achieve. That I must make sure that my results, are the coordinate point of my life. That my life is all around these results, and that I must organize my life activities to attaining a certain goal and result that I put before me. And so that is what really made me to come to discover this idea about high yielding life. And but if you are not a critical thinker and you don't read about it and you have not been taught by somebody about this, you might never even have questioned yourself. You might never even have thought about it. That there are lives that are low yielding and there are lives that are high yielding. I mean, you look at when I go back and I look at my continent, when I look at Africa, I mean, look at older people. People go to the farm with cutlasses and hoe, and they're working in that in an incruciating environment of pain and labor and manual labor. And what they do in a year, that's what tractors and mechanized farming does in an hour here. and they spend a whole year of their life doing that. And this good thing could have been done in an hour. Farmers in this place will reap the result that a whole country reaps in a year. One farmer will be able to do it in a month, just because they have been able to, arrange things and bring their activities to perfect and maximize their efforts in such a way that they have become a high yielding life. Theirs have become a high yielding lifestyle. So you could actually be the creator. You could create your life such that your life will become a whole lifestyle that is high yielding. You could make yourself become a high yielding a high yielding person, a high yielding personality. You could, turn everything around in your life to make you become a high yielding personality. If you don't purposefully do that, you'll be disappointed, because everything around you is to make you a low yielding person, is to make you a low yielding personality. So today I'm going to be talking about things that make us low yielding, things that bring us low, things that don't make us to be effective, and lifestyles that will depreciate you, lifestyles that will steal from you, lifestyles that will deprive you of your potential, of the ability for you to maximize yourself. And one of these lifestyles that is everywhere, that is being sold to us by the media, by the society we live in, by the culture that we belong to, this lifestyle is called external extravagance. External extravagance. Now, external extravagance is a whole lifestyle on its own. But external extravagance is a kind of deception that a lot of people fall into, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. External extravagance. External extravagance is particularly a big thing in the third world culture. External extravagance is big in cultures where people just want to spend money. External extravagance is big in places where people are carried away by pleasure. External extravagance is big in a culture where people just want to enjoy, want to live for fun, want to chill. So all these things, they make you to want to begin to believe and have a mindset that life is all about the shiny things of life, or the flashy things of life, or being cool. And he said, the first time that I discovered that there were no this was before the 90s. We used to think, when I was growing up in Nigeria, I used to think that we had a lot of wealthy people, rich people, wealthy people, until I started to be familiar with the kind of list of the richest people in the world, like the Forbes list and things like that. And I discovered that up till year 2000, before the year 2000, I think it was only from the year 2003, 2004, that we began to have billionaires in Nigeria. I never knew we never had a single billionaire before the year 2000 in Africa, in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we never had a single billionaire in US dollars. But if you look at the way they were doing parties, if you look at the way they were being extravagant, the extravagant lifestyle that was all around us, you would think that everybody was a billionaire, especially if you witness a Yoruba Owambe party, or you witness any party that is being done and organized by Nigerians. They are spraying money, throwing money up and down, splashing people with money. And you wonder, these people must be the richest people in the world. They have to be richer than anybody else. Then when I came to Europe, I discovered that the real rich people are, in the developed world. They are in the Western world. And They don't even do such parties. They don't throw away money like that. And when I discovered that we didn't have a single billionaire, and we only had all these billionaires that we started to have now, it's just thanks to President Obasanjo that, was determined to raise them up. And he pumped money into them and helped them to become billionaires. Otherwise, we were really poor. But if you look at our lifestyle, if you look at the extravagance that was there in Nigeria, if you look at the way Nigerians would travel to England to do shopping, if you look at the people the people that will send their children abroad to school, and the way they will, spoil them with money, you would think that money is just flowing on the ground and falling on the trees. But but these are just what we call extravagance, external extravagance lifestyle. And so, and if we are not careful, you will discover that you begin to copy those kind of things. And I mean, I saw the other day a pastor in Nigeria that was having a Hummer, but it was having a limousine Hummer and Rolls Royce. And I think he had two Hummer, limousine Hummer, Rolls Royce, and another limousine, American limousine, Lincoln. And he just had all kind of limousines all over. But then, the picture, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to see this picture in the internet somewhere. This Lagos pastor with these limousines, you see that he parked on the road, just on the very road where the limousine is parked. The road is not even tarred. The road is not even cemented. It's not even asphalted. The road is just a bunch of sand. And you have the gutter there, it's not even covered. No covert on the gutter. You have and then somebody brought a small carpet, a red carpet, for him to step out of the car and step not on the dirty floor, but to step on the carpet. Why don't you just fix the road? Why don't you just fix the covert, the gutter? Why don't you just build a better city? But the extravagance lifestyle mentality is such that the guy wants to shine. You want to shine. You want the attention to be on you. But when you just use the money to fix the road, the attention might not be on you. When you just build a better city, it's not an immediate satisfaction. That takes a long time. So we would rather spend somebody that is living an external extravagance lifestyle. We would rather spend all the money for him to buy a limousine instead of building a community that will be good for everybody else in that community and make everybody happy. But no, he wants the attention to be on him. So I was wondering, why ride in a limousine when there is no road to ride it on? Why buy a limousine when there is no road? Why build a mansion when there is, you basically cannot drive to your house? What do you need a mansion for when you cannot even drive to that house? But see, that's what we see in our community, in our society, in my country. It's a country of external extravagance. I mean, I have visited homes in Nigeria, and whereby the house could be costing like maybe $2 million, $5 million, big, extremely big, attractive, flashy house. But I had opportunity to enter into some of those houses. And when you enter into them, you discover that there is even no water. Water is not flowing regularly. Or there is no toilet paper in the restroom. No tissue paper. I mean, elementary amenities are not even inside. And you go inside, you look at the finishing is horrible. So why all the trouble spending $2 million to build a house, and you only need maybe $10,000 for its upkeep, and you cannot find the money for the upkeep, or you cannot, you need a little money just to do the quality finishing, and you cannot even do the finishing. Why? because you want to impress everybody with your big house. External extravagance. That is an example of a low yielding lifestyle. That kind of lifestyle will deplete at the end of the day. It will lead to poverty. It will lead to bankruptcy. It will lead to disillusionment. It will lead to loss. And this is what most of our people do. Why do people go about spraying money? Because of external extravagance. Some people will be going to wear clothes that are in the thousands, whereas in their village there is no water supply, no electricity supply. What is that about? External extravagance. So let me give you some examples of this external extravagance that we see all around us that leads to poverty and leads to disillusionment at the end of the day. These people that live this low yielding lifestyle of external extravagance, they always value things that give them immediate pleasure, immediate satisfaction. They value things that is having a short lifespan. Because when you spend your money on cars, like 100,000 on a car, that car is going to break down one day. But if you use that 100,000 to build a road to your village, it will benefit thousands of people rather than just you. If you use that money to build a small hospital in your village, can you imagine how much benefit that will bring? But that will not give you external extravagance. But the fact that you are riding in a limousine, or you are riding in a Hummer, or you are riding in a Mercedes Benz, of course that gives you a lot of flash extravagance. But that is, those things are empty. It's living for emptiness. I remember when I was in high school, there were some lads that were riding. They were coming in Mercedes Benz, in Western imported cars, riding them to the school, bringing their parents' cars. But right now their parents are dead and they are as poor as anything. They don't have anything. Because they wanted to live a flashy life. They wanted to show this is external extravagance without building quality inside themselves. So these kind of things that emphasize external extravagance, they don't yield high. They yield low. Their yields are low. They don't give you high returns. They will let you down. They will deplete one day. They will burst. They are like bubbles. They will burst one day. But if you rather use your effort and your money and your resources to build and to develop, value system, a value chain in yourself and in other people, and to serve other people, to be a benefit to other people, that will live a long way. It will go a long way for people to remember you. But unfortunately, because of the world we live in, the world of advertisements and promotions and taste and flashy stuff, a lot of people are just addicted because they are believing what they see in soap operas. They are believing what they read in romances. They are believing what they see in movies. And they become addicted to the wrong lifestyle without knowing that this lifestyle is what yields low. But you say, but a lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of rich people live like that. Well, they begin to live like that after they already made it, after they have already done the hard work. But even though they live like that, how many of them end up well? They still end up poorly and badly in their lives. So if you have not yet shared this message, please go ahead and share the message, because this might save somebody. This might be a life saver to someone. Because the temptation all around us is that we want to live a flashy lifestyle. Those things that are flashy and those things that are, extravagant, they don't last for long. Their values are short-lived. They have a short lifespan. They will not keep on serving you in 100 years or 50 years. And people will not even remember that you have those things. A lot of people spend their life buying clothes, dressing. But when you look around and see the people who really have money, they don't pay attention to those things. It is people that are addicted to low yielding lifestyle that will spend all their money, all their life on perishable things like this. People who are addicted to external extravagance, they are very particular about external appearances as well. They are very particular about their appearances. They would rather spend a lot of money on, like one time I went to Moscow and I saw these people wearing what they call, that's in Russian language, very expensive winter fall dresses, fall coats that are like $5,000, $10,000. And almost all ladies, all young ladies were wearing these things. And I wonder, I say, these young women, if they could afford to buy just winter jacket or winter coat for $50,000, $20,000, $30,000, why are they walking on foot? Why are they not having a car? Because they just needed to flash. Some of them, I was later told, some of them don't even have an apartment. Some of them don't even have a house. They don't even have a place to live in. But they are borrowing money, or they are taking credit, or they are, they are selling their stuff just to appear wealthy. But it's a low lifestyle. It's a low lifestyle. So low lifestyle people want to be flashy, pay attention to external things, and use the external things as their leverage. But if you really want to live a high yielding lifestyle, you will know that the things that are not visible, like love, like work, like studying, like forgiveness, like patience, like kindness, things that are invisible, they are actually much more valuable. It's like wisdom, like knowledge. It's worth much more to invest yourself in things like this that are not visible, that are not external, that are internal, than for you to be spending all your energy to buy things that are just eternal, physical, and material. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, 2 Corinthians 4:18, it says that those things that are visible, that are physical, they are temporal. But the things that will last, that will live for time and eternity, they are the things that are not physical, not visible, things that are invisible, things that are eternal, things that are value-based. So you have to choose. If you are going to be chasing after things that are having external significance, visible appearances, you want to have a big car, a big house, and all this kind of get a good job, and be wearing clothes and walking about, and if that is what you want to invest your life in, you discover that, well, you should be ready for a very difficult old age. You should be ready for a very tough latter life, because those things will wear out. They will not sustain you. They will let you down, and you will have nothing at the end of the day. And by the time you are ready to leave, those things are no more there. But if you really want to live and leave your mark in history and live in such a way that the things you invest your life in now will now be investing their lives, they will now be giving you the reward later on, you've got to pay attention to the things that are not external, that are not physical, that are not material. You've got to begin to build value chain, values in yourself, in other people, in knowledge, in wisdom, in value system. These are the things that will sustain you later on. So it's better for you to, like Jesus said, do not gather for yourself wealth or treasure on earth. Because here on earth, things that you do, you gather on earth physically like that, they will disappear. Thieves will take them, mold will take them, will eat them up, and they will be depleted. But if you really want to live in time and eternity, gather your riches and your treasure in heaven. Do good to people. Invest your time and your life in other people. Help people to develop, help people to grow. Go and help underprivileged people. Go and study some more, get some wisdom, study some books, give some help to somebody. These are the things that last for time to come. But unfortunately, external extravagance has deceived a lot of people. So you see a lot of people spending their time and their resources on clothes, on shoes. Like the other day I said, in America, I discovered that between 60 to 80% of all the shoes are being bought by black people. They are not thinking of producing shoes, they are just buying them. While some people are making the money from them. So, because these are external extravagance. External extravagance. Some people just want to have a big house. Some people are dreaming of living in a highbrow areas. These are external extravagance. They bring you to bankruptcy. They deplete you. They ruin your life. They ruin your children's life. It's a misplaced priority to live for external extravagance. So when when you value things that have external extravagance than the value systems that are not visible, like work, like diligence, like skills, like seeking God, like solitude, when you don't value those things, you have nothing to fall back on. But when you have solitude, when you have hard work, when you have diligence, you will always be needed every time, everywhere you are. So, a lot of people will spend more time going for shopping, just going from one place to the other shopping. At the same time, they could have used that time to invest in themselves, to study. Many preachers are spending a lot of time to make noise in churches. Making people to clap for them. But they don't have content. A lot of things I could talk about here, but you know what? Just stop living for external extravagance. Begin to spend more time developing yourself, adding value, living for invisible values than for external extravagance. If you have not yet shared this message, please go ahead and share it. And if you have not yet joined my mentorship class, my mentorship program, go look for it on www.sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. So it's sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship. Go look for the mentorship program there and join. If you have not been attending or you have not planned to attend our next HMT, please go and, go write to HMT at godembassy.org and, yeah, and go register. These are ways and these are things that will help you and add value to you in a big way. All right? So thank you so very much. And of course, I have a lot of books. You could read them for free if you are on Kindle Unlimited, or you could buy them. Anyhow, add value to yourself. Value those things more than the external extravagance things. I hope you got something for yourself today. Thank you so much. Blessings.
My hands to heaven. You've given me everything, Jesus. My God, my heart is open for you. I need you so. You're everything to me. Tell him, here I am. I lift my hands to heaven. You are my heaven, Jesus. You've given me everything, Jesus. My God, my heart is open for you. You are everything to me. I praise your name. I praise your name. I praise your name.
Потому что в небесах и на земле нет подобного тебе. Нет подобного тебе. В небесах и на земле. В небесах и на земле. Нет подобного тебе. Нет подобного тебе. В небесах и на земле. Скажи, я здесь. Я здесь. Поднимаю свои руки к небу. Тебе.
Скажи ему, я здесь твой Бог, чтоб прославить твое святое имя, чтоб воздать тебе хвалу и славу.
Lord, we're here to give you praise and worship. We want to thank you for every day in your house, for all the miracles you've done for us, for that great future that you have prepared for me. Raise your hands to the heaven today and say, God, here I am. Here I am to thank you. Here I am to bow the knees of my heart before you. You're worthy, my God. You're great. You're almighty. There is nobody else like you. You're the one who was. You're the one who is. You're the one who is to come. All glory be to you, God. All glory be to you, God. Church, exalt Him. We, as a church, rejoice before you at the throne of your grace. You are our God, living, almighty, God of Lord of Lords and King of Kings, the one who was, the one who is, and the one who is to come forever and ever. There is none like you, God. We thank you for every year. We thank you, God.